Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Yoga Charleston. I'd like to invite you to come to a comfortable seat. That could be in a chair, on a cushion, on your bed, your yoga mat, anywhere where you feel that you can sit and breathe comfortably, have an upright spine, and just be able to be present and in the moment. So the word pranayama is a Sanskrit word, and it is a combination of two words, prana and yama. Prana meaning life force or your vital energy, and the yama means to extend or expand or control. So putting those two together into pranayama quite literally becomes the expansion of life force through the breath. And as somebody who struggles to breathe, that to me sounds like a miracle, right? If you are like me and you have some breathing problems, whether it's asthma or COPD, or you have limited lung capacity, mine is actually, my 100% is at 60%. And way back when, sometime in my past, the doctors thought that my asthma was COPD, which it's not, because with COPD you're sort of baseline and then you go down. And with asthma, my baseline was actually able to increase my lung capacity the more I did my breathing practices, the ones I'm going to show you throughout these videos, and another breathing practice called Bukito breathing that I'm not necessarily going to share with you. I did take the Bukito breathing classes, and I do them for myself. They're pretty labor intensive. And if you want to dig deeper into that, you can always message me and I'll send you their information. But Bukito breathing for asthmatics is amazing. I would also like to say, as we begin, to make sure that you're doing these on your good days, right? We don't want to be forcing the breath or doing some of these breathing practices when we're in the middle of an attack, right? We want to have them in our toolbox for the days that we're feeling good to actually work this muscle like we work our muscles when we're exercising, right? So we're working these muscles, these lung muscles, on our good days. So we already understand this container, right? This diaphragmatic breathing, this deep inhale filling all the way up and exhaling and pushing all of that carbon dioxide out of our body, right? So today what we're going to try to do is expand the breath just a little bit more. So as we breathe, right, this is an extended breathing practice. Basically what we're trying to achieve here is an exhale that is double the length of our inhale. So I'm going to count it out as we're trying to do maybe 4 on the inhale and 8 on the exhale. For some people that might be a little challenging. It may have to be like a breath in for 4 and then a breath out for 6. Right? So you're going to have to experiment and try on your own and see where you are. The goal being to work your way up so that you increase, right, the length of your exhale as you're also increasing the length of your inhale. So typically that 4-8 is about average. So that's what we're going to try to accomplish today. And these exhale activities, right, where we're truly focusing in on the exhale, what it does too is it taps into our central nervous system, specifically our parasympathetic nervous system, right, which is the rest and digest. Much of our lives we spend in that fight or flight especially when we're in the middle of an attack. We want to calm our nervous system so when we increase our exhales, it is actually calming our central nervous system. So let's give it a go. Just settle in, feel the sits bones rooting down. I want you to imagine you have a string coming out of the top of your head, right? So you're sitting up nice and tall. The belly begins to engage just a little bit, right? So that we find that nice upright posture. Maybe wiggle the shoulders a few times just to relax them down. Relax the arms and the hands and soften the face, right? If you'd like to close your eyes and just listen to me, you can. You can keep watching. You can let your gaze kind of fall to the floor, right? But anything we can do to turn off the noise and to tune in to our body. When I'm teaching a yoga class, sometimes I like to say we're turning the channel, right? Like we turn the channel on the television or we turn the channel on the radio, right? We're just tuning into a different frequency. So we're coming back to ourself. So as we start to get quiet and we breathe normally, trying to breathe in, breathe out through the nose if possible. Tuning into that rhythm. We'll take another inhale together. And exhale all the way out. And then we're going to inhale for 4. And exhale for 8. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let your breathing go back to normal. Now, if you found this difficult, again, reassess for yourself. If that exhale felt too long, cut it down to 6. If the inhale maybe even felt too long, you can cut that down, right? So it could be 3 and 6, 4 and 6, or 4 and 8. But what we're trying to do is double the exhale to whatever you chose that works best for you right now for your inhale, okay? And that's going to be that extended exhale breathing. And I would encourage you to try to practice this for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, or whenever you might notice some chest tightening or tension, right, starting to build up in the body, just take a pause and try to do a couple of rounds of this exhalation breathing. Building up our exhales for those of us, again, that have respiratory problems is key. It is so important for us to be doing this work when we're healthy. So again, if you have questions, please leave them in the comments. I will respond. I would love to hear from you. If there's something that you want to know more about and I can offer something on that, share that as well. I'm always open to trying to help those of us who are trying to help ourselves breathe and live better. So please reach out. I would love to hear from you. Again, my name is Leah. I'm with Your Yoga Charleston. And this lovely little book, Anatomy of an Asthmatic, is actually on Amazon Kindle right now. It is super inexpensive. I want to say it's just like a couple of dollars. It's thin. Everything that I'm going to be teaching here is in the book and then some. So if you are interested and want to have a hard copy of something, this is a really great little easy resource to have for you or maybe for somebody you know. So I want to thank you all for showing up and joining me today. I'll close in prayer and say namaste, which means the light in me sees, recognizes, and honors that same light in each of you. Till next time, better breathing.